dry your hands and go. Great job, Haruma! Can you tell me the 4 things we did to wash our hands?
I can try.
1.
Wash our hands with water.
2.
Put soap on our hands.
3.
Scrub, scrub, scrub our hands all over.
4.
Rinse our hands clean with water.
That's right! You got it! Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash the germs away.
Good morning, children. How are you today? Did you wash your face? Did you remember to brush your teeth as well? Good morning, my friend. All right. Can you give yourself a big smile because you've done it in mathematics? All right. Okay, there you go. Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mudabeti. Our theme for this week is summer. But before we continue with our lesson for today, let us not forget to sanitize our hands. Spray it nicely. There you go. Rub it through, out, and between your fingers. That is good. Today's lesson, we are going to look at data handling and phonics. Children, can we now go to page 9? Now the grade 2s and the grade 3s, both of you have to concentrate because this topic is for both of you. We are going to learn about the shapes there. We are just going to remind ourselves actually. Remember, we have learned about the shapes already. So we have got the square in black. It's all the sides are equal. And we have got the second one there. It's a triangle. It has got how many sides? 3 sides. And when we look around there in the block again, we can see a circle. A circle is a round one. All right. Therefore, now let's come to our questions and see what is required of us to do about these shapes. All right. So you are going to be checking in the table there. You check in the table and you count those 3 different shapes that we are given there. How many squares did you count in there? You write your number on the right side of your table. How many triangles did you count? You count the number of triangles there in the block on top. You write the number. How many circles did you count? And then you come to the other questions which are on your right hand side. Now you have to tell us which shape they came most. How many of each shape did you count? Then you'll be able to compare which one is the most, which occurs frequently. And how many are the fewest, which shape came very few. Remember, when we say few, we say it's the little, the few ones that came just less of it. Number 3, how much more squares there than the triangles? So now we are comparing the squares and the triangles. How much more squares, how much of the squares are more than the triangles? What do you do there? What do you think we do there? You have to find out for me. I'm going to check on you tomorrow. And number 4, how many more circles are there than the squares? You also compare the number of circles than the number of squares which are there. So find out for me. Think a bit. Scratch your head and find for me the answers there. And in the last block there, you have to draw the amount of each picture you counted in the block. You draw how many squares did you count. If, for example, you have counted 3 of them, you draw 3 squares. If you have counted 2 triangles, you draw 2 triangles, and you do the same with the squares. You draw the amount of squares that you have counted. Thank you. Good morning once more again, learners. We are going to learn about the 2 sounds that always confuse us. We have this sound, the k and the h. And we also have this sound, the s and the h. It always confuses us. So today we are going to learn much more about it. Now, when the k and the h stands together, we say it's a ch. It's a ch. All right. But when the s and the h are together, we say sh. We say sh. Put your finger on your lip. It's a sh. S and the h. It's a sh. All right. So a sh and a ch, they can come at the beginning of the word or at the end of the word. They are still sounding the same. It's still going to be a ch or a sh. All right. So I'm going to start with giving you the examples of a ch. What word can have a ch? The easiest one is the chair where you always sit when you are at school. A chair, we write it like that. It's a ch. Right, it's a ch. And it can also come at the end of a word. It's still a ch. It doesn't change as long as it's a k and a h. We can say, maybe we are saying, all right, let's write March. It's a month of the year, March. It's at the end of a word, but it's still a ch. Same applies with a sh, s, and h. These ones are for the ch. All right. Same applies with the s and the h, a sh. You can say shoes. The shoes that you put on, it's a s and a h, it's a sh. It can also come at the end of a sentence or even in the middle. It's still, excuse me, it's still a sh. Maybe I'm saying foolish. It's at the end of the word. It's still a sh. All right, so let's go to page 10 together and see the examples that we are given there. Let's do together that exercise. We can see the pictures there. Those pictures, they have got 2 different sounds. Some of them have the ch, some have the sh. All right, so what I would like you to do is to check the picture. It will give you a clue. What is the name of that picture? For example, the first one there, that yellow one, it's a cheese. Is a cheese starting with a k and a h, sh sound, or is it a s and a h, a sh sound? So it's a ch sound. So we circle the ch. And you go to the next one. What is that drawing? The drawing is of a sheep. Is a sheep a ch sound or it's a sh sound? A k and a h, ch, or a s and a h, sh. Then you circle the sound for each drawing. So you do the same with all the pictures. They will give you a clue because you have to first know what is the name of the picture before you identify the sound. Let's go down to the next exercise, just under there, just below. All right. Now you have to choose any 5 of the pictures. the given pictures which are on top there. You just have to choose 5 of them and you come up with your own sentence. You make your own sentence with any of the words which are there on the pictures. Choose 5. For example, the shark has sharp teeth. We have a shark there on the pictures, so I have chosen a shark. And then if I construct my own sentence, then I put it in the sentence like that. The shark has sharp teeth. Maybe I want to say a shirt. I put it in my sentence. My shirt is blue. Any sentence that you want. There is no wrong or correct one. All of you are correct. Every sentence will be correct. Okay, let's continue to page 11. We are still with our sounds. But on page 11, we are just going to look at the chi. Only the chi, the k and the ha. We read together the words which are there in the table. We have cheese, child, choose, change, chef, and chick. Those are the words of the ch sound. So I would like you to find out which word is correct to be put in the line which is left there in order to make each sentence here correct. Are you going to be able to do that for me, please? I know you can. So please do that for me. I'll check it with you tomorrow. Let's proceed to page 12. These are very easy exercises. I'm enjoying it. And what about you? I know you are. You are still going to fill in the ch sound in the words. You are going to fill in the chi sound there. All right. So you have got the pictures there. You have to write down their names. There is a reading there first. You are going to read. Or should I read it for you? I'll quickly go through it and you have to follow nicely there at home. Children pull up a. From this menu you can use potato, eats, or opt fruit. Is burger or I can soup. I can soup, chocolate, cookies, or pie. Your food, and then say goodbye. So they have given you the words, but they have left out the sound. So you are going to fill in the chi sound to make those words correct. Just put in the chi sound. You will make those words correct, and then you will be able to read this passage correctly. Thank you. Now look at the ones which are down. I'm sure you can do it as well. We have already learned about these pictures on page 11, remember? So now I just want you, without checking on the previous page, you have to now write their names. And their names should have a what sound? Remember, it's a ch sound, a k and a ha. Okay, please do that. I'll check with you tomorrow again. Okay, children, let's go to page 13. All right. On page 13, we are going to identify the heavy objects and the light objects. Okay, before we start to identify and sort them out, we are first going to know what is heavy and what is light. Something which is light means it does not have much weight. I can lift it without having to struggle. But something which is heavy, I have to use my muscles. Okay, so for example, let's compare this pencil and the sharpener. Which one will be heavy here and which one will be light? Of course, the pencil is light because I don't use much of my energy to pick it up. But with the sharpener, it's heavy. I use my energy. When I pick it up, my muscle is building. Therefore, this one is heavier than the pencil. All right. Now, let us look at our objects which are given on page 13. Which one is light and which one is heavy? We have got two columns there in front of us. On the left side is heavy and on the right side is light. Now we are going to sort our objects according to heavy and light, and we are going to cut them nicely and paste them in the right column. Now, for example, let's take the first object. What is the first object? It's a truck. Now, is a truck heavy or light? Of course, a truck is heavy. It's heavy. You can't even lift up a truck. Therefore, we are going to cut the truck and paste it on the left side because it's heavy. And we go to the next object. What is the next object? They are my socks. Those are your socks. Are the socks heavy or light? What do you think? They are light. I can lift them up without having to use much of my strength. Therefore, the socks are light. I'm going to cut my socks nicely with my scissor and paste it on the right-hand side under the column of light. So, do the rest of the objects in the same way. Okay. Now, I would like to know if you still remember what we have learned so far. Remember, we have done the shapes. We have only done 3 shapes: the circle, the triangle, and the square. And after that, we have learned 2 sounds that always confuse us. Which sounds are those? We have learned the s and h. What sound is it? It's a sh. And we have learned the k and h. What sound is it? It's a ch. Those are the 2 sounds that we did. Thank you very much. And I hope you have enjoyed the lesson for today. Now, before we end our lesson for today, I would like us to do something that is very important. We must not forget to do what? To sanitize our hands. Nicely, we rub it through again, behind and between the fingers. Now we are going to call our friend Zoshi to say goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Zoshi. And Simon says don't touch your face, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth unless your hands are super clean. Bye!
Good afternoon. My name is Sikunanda Roma, and I'm a medical intern at the Katsutura State Hospital. We, as individuals, you and I, have the opportunity to take control and fight this by staying home, by staying safe, and by staying informed. I appeal to the more fortunate that we lend a helping hand to the more vulnerable and the disadvantaged, especially those in our informal settlements. We should stand together, listen to what we are being told, and together as a country, we can get through this.
Win free airtime with #LearnOn1. Share your comments on the lessons. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081 200 6659. #LearnOn1. Invite learning in.
COVID-19 affects people very differently. Many people show no symptoms at all, but some are hospitalised for weeks. So what does the disease do to your body? The coronavirus enters through the mouth, nose or eyes. It then usually attaches itself to cells lining the nose, throat, airways or lungs. It can turn these cells into factories that multiply and spread the virus. For the majority, a fever, cough and breathlessness are as bad as it gets. But the virus can damage the small blood vessels lining the lungs and initiate clotting. The alveoli are tiny air sacs where oxygen goes into the blood. If they become inflamed, it can trigger pneumonia. Seriously ill patients need to be given oxygen as the lungs fill with fluid and debris.
I legit couldn't breathe. My oximeter was measuring under 88% oxygen levels, which is very dangerous. And the only time I ever thought my life was in danger was at that point.
COVID-19 doesn't just affect the lungs. It can also disrupt the immune system, which is used by the body to fight illnesses. Cytokines are part of the immune system that find and signal infections. For some people with severe COVID-19, this system can go into overdrive. If too many cytokines build up, it can cause an overreaction that damages healthy cells. This is called a cytokine storm for the most severe cases. COVID-19 can lead to seizures or even a coma. It can also cause brain problems that lead to strokes. The immune system overreacting can cause clots that stop the blood supply to parts of the brain. Brain inflammation, psychosis and dementia-like symptoms can also affect seriously ill patients. The average length of the illness is 14 days, but many people have symptoms for much longer. Breathing problems and post-viral fatigue last for months in some cases.
I cannot walk for long simply because I will feel a little bit short of breath and I feel the need to sit down. And that's something that has never happened to me before.
Some of the people who are most likely to develop severe symptoms are older adults and those with underlying health conditions. It's not fully known how anyone will react to COVID-19 until they get it. So it's important for everyone to follow health guidance. What precautions are you taking to stay safe?
Hi beautiful souls, this is Nikita Winkler and I am here to share easy tools for stretching that you can do just about anywhere. In this session, we will be doing a full body stretch routine on the mat. Please remember that this is just a demonstration video, so once your body knows what it's doing, take your time and do a few more repetitions. So let's get started. So we're going to start on all fours, making sure that the shoulders are in line with the wrists so that the arms are not far out or too close to the body. And then that the hips are in line with the knees, hip width apart. In this position, we're going to go into a cat-cow stretch. Inhale, bring the head towards the tailbone. And exhale, bring the hips and the head towards each other, tucking the chin in, pulling into the back. And again, inhale, head towards tailbone, arch the back. Exhale. Bring the chin in as well as the hips pulling into the back. From here, just drop your tailbone onto your heels. Reach the arms into this child pose resting position. Once you feel ready, come back up onto all fours. Plant your palms, tuck your toes, and lift your hips into the sky. In this downward dog position, we want to plant the heels down into the mat and press the chest towards the legs. From here, you're going to go up onto your toes. You're going to bring the hips forward, zip the core, roll the spine all the way until the hips reach the floor. Shoulders are pulling down and back. Head is up in the seal pose. Inhale, exhale, Bend your knees, take the tailbone back into your heels. And we go one more time. Come onto all fours. Cat-cow, inhale, arch the back. Exhale, pull into the back, opening up the back. Inhale, arch, exhale, cat. And then plant the palms, plant the toes, lift into a downward dog. Inhale, up onto the toes, roll the body through all the way back to the mat. Open up the chest. And exhale, come back to child's pose, where you can take a moment to breathe and relax. Beautiful. Thank you for joining me in this session. Don't forget to breathe and happy stretching.
Early this morning, woke up holding my head, hearing my heartbeat all night long. Shades of this motel keeping me in bed, reading the news, just trying to stay strong. I need to just get up, take a deep breath, keep it together, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Sun on my face, feeling okay. Don't let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Feel so proud, screaming out loud. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Feel so proud, screaming out loud. It's a beautiful day.
This fishing community on Mozambique's northern coast has been hit hard. People here are suffering from high rates of malnutrition, but that's not all. The greatest concern is the high rates of HIV infection and AIDS, the main cause of death in adults and young people across Mozambique. Poor nutrition makes it even more difficult for people to fight the disease. 21-year-old Alima Artur is the daughter of one of these fishermen. A few years ago, she suddenly started suffering from an unknown illness.
Me encontrei desesperada, totalmente triste. Minha vida só era chorar. Pensei que já estava a ir já.
All this changed the day Alima met Arlek Anna Abel from a project called Chapani. With support from IFAD, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, and the Belgian Fund for Food Security, staff from Chapani work with villagers to combat the dual threats of HIV and malnutrition. When Alima tested positive for HIV and AIDS, Arlette encouraged her to form a support group. Alima chose her father and aunt, who helped her to stay optimistic and healthy. In fact, teaching people to eat well is an important part of Arlette's work.
Eu ensinei elas para que pudesse enriquecer os alimentos para ela poder as hemoglobinas não baixarem. Então, já se alimenta agora de verduras, não só do peixe.
As part of the Chapani project, cooking demonstrations are held for everyone in the community. The session today features the highly nutritious moringa plant, a fast-growing, drought-resistant tree unknown to many locally. Now it has become a popular item in the local cuisine. Maria Machambi, who is not HIV positive, is learning to create her own garden with more than 6,000 other families in the area. The idea is spreading quickly throughout the community, with locally trained volunteers